grocery prices. Is President elect Donald Trump suddenly changing his tune? Is Donald Trump going to succeed in lowering grocery prices in successive weeks? The president elect answered the question in two very different ways. Tyrone Bowman live. Let's talk about it on this issue of the program on tonight. According to MSNBC, there's no shortage of possible explanations for why Donald Trump won a second term. But during the president elect's last appearance on Meet the Press, the Republican shared his own theory. After briefly commenting on border concerns, Trump told NBC News' Christine Welker, I won on groceries. Very simple word, groceries. Like almost, who uses the word. I started using the word, the groceries. I won on election based on that. Though his on camera comments made it sound as if Trump were taking credit for use of the word, which was bizarre. His political analysis isn't necessarily, or his political analysis rather, isn't necessarily wrong. The prices consumers pay at grocery stores likely contributed to the GOP ticketed success. But the president elect concluded his thought by saying, we're going to bring those prices way down. That was the message the public heard on Sunday when Meet the Press interview aired. 4 days later, Time magazine published the transcript of its latest interview, Trump, with Trump, which included a rather pointed question. If the prices of groceries don't come down, will your presidency be a failure? The president-elect replied, I don't think so. Look, they got them up. I'd like to bring them down. It's hard to bring things down once they're up. It's very hard, but I think they will. For context, it's important to emphasize that the interview was conducted on November 25th. In other words, shortly before Thanksgiving, Trump told Time that it'd be very hard to lower grocery prices, and he wasn't sure whether he'd be able to achieve that goal. The following week, the Republicans sat down with Welker and publicly committed to bringing grocery prices way down. In the same interview, Trump added that he can't guarantee that his trade tariffs won't actually raise prices. Well, the problem is this. You've got greedy corporate executives who own the food industry. These people are greedy. They're selfish. All they care about are profit margins. And all these greedy CEOs care about is money, 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 and more money. So no, the grocery prices aren't going to be lowered. And even so-called organic food, which many times is not really organic because they're using generic foods in a lot of these places and calling it organic. Behind the scenes, the corporate shareholders and individuals who have invested tons of money into these corporations, they don't want grocery prices lowered. They don't want gas prices lowered. They want the consumer to continuously pay for everything. It's called taxation without representation. It has been going on for centuries. It will continue to go on regardless of what party is in power. And you're going to find out that people like you and I, all of us combined together, regardless whether we're black, white, Hispanic, Latino, Japanese, Chinese, etc., we are going to continue to pay more money for everything. The corporate interests of the billionaires is what's most important when it comes to politics. You can believe it or not, you can accept it or not. It doesn't matter at this point in time because we're in for a long, rocky road. And it's going to be what it's going to be. In concluding, if you voted for the GOP ticket because you believe Trump when he vowed that consumer prices would come down fast, I have some bad news for you. His position is burdened by incoherence. Complicating matters, Trump's difficulties with the subject aren't altogether new. in mid-October. The Republican participated in an event in Pennsylvania where a local voter asked how the candidate intended to address grocery prices. He offered a lengthy, rambling response, which mentioned Hannibal Lecter for reasons unknown, that never actually answered the question. Soon after, Trump decided that he and the audience should, instead of discussing campaign issues, simply listen to music for roughly 39 minutes. As I said before, MAGA and Trump won the election. It is what it is. Let's find out what happens within the next 4 years. Democrats, get your shift together. Never surrender. Never quit.